So geometry learners are creating the maps in which Scout is going to be driving on, and so they have designed the maps on Adobe Illustrator. We've pieced them together, and they're also designing the buildings and have chosen the locations in which Scout is going to be delivering to. So geometry learners are...
The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been working on getting their robot to just start doing basic things like go straight through an intersection, follow a road, how to turn right, how to turn left, how to make a U-turn, things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery. The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been
My marketing group has simply marketed the event to the community, to the student body, just about anybody in Capel.
Things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery.
I'm very hopeful that it's going to be really successful. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. It's definitely a big risk that we're taking on. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but new tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems, definitely going to take the whole world that we're taking on. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but new tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems, definitely going to take the whole world that we're taking on. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs. A lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but tech learners are just amazing. I love very hopeful. So geometry learners are creating the maps in which Scout is going to be driving on, and so they have designed the maps on Adobe Illustrator. We've pieced them together, and they're also designing the buildings and have chosen the locations in which Scout is going to be delivering to. So geometry learners are...
The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been working on getting their robot to just start doing basic things like go straight through an intersection, follow a road, how to turn right, how to turn left, how to make a U-turn, things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery. The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been
My marketing group has simply marketed the event to the community, to the student body, just about anybody in Capel.
Things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery.
I'm very hopeful that it's going to be really successful. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. It's definitely a big risk that we're taking on. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but new tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems, definitely going to take the whole world that we're taking on. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but new tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems, definitely going to take the whole world that we're taking on. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming. A lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but new tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. Okay, so geometry learners are creating the maps in which Scout is going to be driving on, and so they have designed the maps on Adobe Illustrator. We've pieced them together, and they're also designing the buildings and have chosen the locations in which Scout is going to be delivering to.
The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been working on getting their robot to just start doing basic things like go straight through an intersection, follow a road, how to turn right, how to turn left, how to make a U-turn, things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery. The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been
My marketing group has simply marketed the event to the community, to the student body, just about anybody in Capel.
Things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery.
I'm very hopeful that it's going to be really successful. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. It's definitely a big risk that we're taking. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but New Tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems. It's definitely a big whole world that we're taking. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but New Tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems. It's definitely a big whole world that we're taking. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs. A lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but New Tech learners are just amazing, and I love it. So geometry learners are creating the maps in which Scout is going to be driving on, and so they have designed the maps on Adobe Illustrator. We've pieced them together, and they're also designing the buildings and have chosen the locations in which Scout is going to be delivering to.
The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been working on getting their robot to just start doing basic things like go straight through an intersection, follow a road, how to turn right, how to turn left, how to make a U-turn, things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery. The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been
My marketing group has simply marketed the event to the community, to the student body, just about anybody in Capel.
Things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery.
I'm very hopeful that it's going to be really successful. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. It's definitely a big risk that we're taking. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but New Tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems. It's definitely a big whole world that we're taking. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs that are coming, and a lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but New Tech learners are just amazing, and I just love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems. It's definitely a big whole world that we're taking. We have a lot of wonderful VIPs. A lot of parents are going to come, so we're definitely putting ourselves out there, but New Tech learners are just amazing, and I love showing you guys off. You're just really precious. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. Gems. It's definitely a big whole world that we're taking. So geometry learners are creating the maps in which Scout is going to be driving on, and so they have designed the maps on Adobe Illustrator. We pieced them together, and they're also designing the buildings and have chosen the locations in which Scout is going to be delivering to. Geometry learners are
The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been working on getting their robot to just start doing basic things like go straight through an intersection, follow a road, how to turn right, how to turn left, how to make a U-turn, things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car or make a delivery. The last few weeks, computer science students, they've been
My marketing group has simply marketed the event to the community, to the student body, just about anybody in Capel.
Things along those lines, some basic rudimentary tools that anything you need to drive a car.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our opening ceremony in 5 minutes. With our opening ceremony in 5 minutes. With our opening ceremony in 5 minutes. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Amazon Scout Showcase of Innovation. My name is Anthony Gunasilan, and I'll be your host for today's event. So for all the guests we have here today, y'all are probably wondering, what in the world did I sign up for? Well, back in 2019, when I was in 9th grade, Amazon designed a robot that could deliver packages through the use of sidewalks. These robots, known as Scouts, use sensors and machine learning to navigate streets and could follow a set route to a desired location. This type of technology is amazing for highly populated cities like New York, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, and Philadelphia. These cities have a large amount of transportation traffic. With the Scout robots, Amazon is able to minimize the traffic and is able to deliver packages in an efficient way. So, how does this relate to today's event? Well, let's take you back to when I was a rookie. Mr. and Mrs. Hunter had the idea of recreating the Amazon Scouts as a PBL project. This was the first year of launching the project, so I, being part of the geometry group, had to create the maps by hand using black paint, which didn't turn out really well because the robots could not use the sensors at all. But clearly, as we can see today, this idea that started out as an ordinary project has grown so much over the past 2 years, and it's all because of the hard work and dedication of the students and facilitators here at NTH Hyatt Capel. This year, learners from computer science, business management, marketing, audio and video production, and geometry have diligently collaborated to produce the spectacular event you see before your eyes. Before we get started, I want to welcome and extend our gratitude to our special guests and judges on the behalf of NTH Hyatt Capel. We are honored that you are here today to observe and participate in our special event. Please join me in welcoming Councilman Kevin Nevels, Ms. Brooke Sims, how about we hold the applause to end? There's a long list of names. Ms. Nancy Garvey, Ms. Maria McCoy, Mr. Cooper Hilton, Mr. Chip Blicker, Ms. Christy Williams, NBC5's Mr. Wayne Carter, Mr. Mike Gutt, Trustee Anthony Hill, Ms. Mary Kemper, Trustee Leigh Walker, Ms. Nori Brasfield, Mayor Wes Mays, Mr. Dylan Sternman, Ms. Michaela Watkins, Mr. Ryan Storch, Ms. Angela Brown, Ms. Megan Mackin, Ms. Irma Kennedy, Dr. Brad Hunt, and finally, Ms. Angela Barnes. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Joseph Smith, Principal of NTH Hyatt Capel, for a foreword.
All right, good morning. Welcome to NTH at Capel's Amazon Scout Showcase. I am so excited to see the fruition of all the hard work. I've watched this happening in our hallways for some time now. So excited for the hard work that these kiddos have put into this. For those of you who are participating, I know that you've worked extremely hard. There's a lot of nerves this morning, but I promise you're going to rock it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to do a great job. If you're visiting with us and you're unfamiliar with NTH, this is a kind of small glimpse, well, maybe it's a large glimpse, at what we strive for every single day here as a project-based learning environment. We do a great job of helping our learners learn to collaborate and consider real-world problems every single day, and so we are trying to solve those things, and we do graduate learners with excellent, exemplary skills in written and oral communication, agency, collaboration, and knowledge and thinking, and you're going to see all of that kind of manifest this morning right here on these mats. And so I am so excited to welcome all of you, and I am ready to get this party started, and I'm going to stop talking and turn it over to the people who are going to do a great job today.
All right, please welcome the Amazon Scout management team, juniors Amog Mali, Bhavesh Dwarmpati, and Kelsey Bastillo, who will be explaining the scale and purpose for each class involved in today's event. Please give them a round of applause.
I'm Amog, and I'm one of the managers who was a part of this project. Today, I will be explaining the role and impact of the management class on the Amazon Scout project. The Scout project has been a semester-long project for the management class that demanded a lot of involvement and dedication to have each part of the project accomplished. Essentially, the backbone of the Amazon Scout project, the management class has been involved with the planning, organizing, staffing of the leads, controlling, and directing of the project. At the beginning of the school year, the management class formulated tactical and strategic plans to visualize the long-term plans and goals of the project. For the past several weeks, the class has also been part of the operational planning for smaller day-to-day benchmarks. The management class created many organizational charts to create a system of control and to make it easier for the people involved to have an understanding of the leadership approach. The management class also had hands-on experience in the recruiting and the hiring process and involved scheduling interviews and conducting the interviews to recruit the class leads for each period. As the Amazon Scout project spans over 4 classes with high levels of involvement, it was normal to have schedule conflicts and communication errors within the groups. So in times of conflict, the management class directed and cooperated with the class leads in order to bring the conflict to a minimum and get back on track with the project benchmarks to have a successful event. Now moving on to Bhavesh with the computer science and geometry perspective.
Hello everyone, my name is Bhavesh, and I'm also one of the management students. As you all know, I'm here to talk about how hard computer science classes and geometry classes have worked on this project. Firstly, I'll get started on computer science. They have worked so hard on this project by dealing with a lot of random bugs, errors, and coding on this coding platforms. Sorry, I'm so bad at public speaking. I'm trying my best. I'm sorry. Firstly, I'll get started on computer science. They have worked so hard on this project by dealing with a lot of random bugs, errors in this coding platform. They have used Arduino. The students used Arduino platform, which is a little bit different from the traditional Eclipse platform. The Arduino platform is mostly based on integrated development environment, also known as IDE. What that means is a software application that provides comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for software development. An IDE normally consists of a source code, build automation tools, and debugger. And all the computer science students had an opportunity to learn all these operations and implement them on their own robots throughout this project. Next is the wider role that geometry students have played in this project. First, our geometry students have designed this and created these amazing maps that you can see on the gym floor today. This involved intricate designs created on software platforms called GeoGebra and Illustrator. Second, these same students have laid out Scott delivery routes, which they shared with computer science students, who in turn programmed their robots to drive these routes. And finally, they have researched famous landmarks in their respective cities and created these amazing 3D models, which you can see on the maps in front of you. Thank you. Hope you have fun today. Hope I did well. Next, we'll move on to marketing. Thank you.
Is it okay? Hello, my name is Kelsey Bastillo, and I am in charge of the marketing management. For the past 2 weeks and now, the students of marketing have been working hard on the researching and in the creation of their products. I fortunately had the opportunity in working along with them as their manager during our meetings and through our emails. During the start of our work process, each group created a SWOT analysis of the city. The SWOT analysis consists of the strengths, weaknesses, threats, percentages of races and ages, and opportunities each city has. From the gathered SWOT analysis information, the creation of the promotional campaign began. The campaign consists of the 4 Ps, the targeted market, the value proportion of the scouts, the call to action, the campaign goals, the targeted content, and as well as the promotional mix of the advertising scouts. As time passed, each group created their designs for the scouts, as seen in the table over here. On the final week of the event, each group created a promotional release, a short, compelling news story, and sent to the targeted members of the media. All the named items here, each group will use to present in order to gain partnership with the investors in promoting the Scout service in the cities. Finally, we also like to extend our gratitude to the student volunteers of the FUSE program, under the guidance of Mr. Broadstreet, as well as our career and technological instructional coach, Mr. Jason Pierce. Thank you.
All right, so now here's a quick word from our founder, Jeff Bezos. He's for the special event.
Hey guys, Jeff Bezos here, coming to you live from Seattle, Washington.
All right,
What an
so
amazing
now,
day this
here's
is
a
for
quick
New Tech
word
High
from
at
our
Capel.
founder,
The
Jeff
collaboration
Bezos.
of many of your facilitators and
the
all of
special
your
event.
hard work made the launch of our Amazon Scout possible today. For that, I sincerely thank you. I am so proud of Amazon's ability to put
Jeff
forth
Bezos here,
enormous
coming to you
financial
live from
resources
Seattle,
into
Washington.
projects like this.
What an amazing
We
day
love
this
to
is for New
experiment
Tech
with
High at
unique
Capel.
delivery options,
The
and we are
collaboration of
confident
many
that
of
our
your
programming,
facilitators and
mathematician,
all of your hard work
and marketing
made the launch
teams
of
at
our
New
Amazon
Tech are
Scout
going to help these
possible
little
today.
bots hit a home
For
run
that,
in the
I
6
sincerely
markets we are
thank you.
launching here today.
I am so proud
So,
of Amazon's
what is
ability to
Amazon
put
Scout?
forth enormous
This
financial
device is an
resources
autonomous,
into projects
ground-based
like
drone
this.
that
We
rolls
love
through
to
communities at a
experiment with
walking
delivery
pace
options,
to deliver
and we are
goods
confident
ordered from
that our
Amazon.com.
programmers, mathematicians,
The device is
and
designed to
marketing
follow
teams
a
at New Tech
predetermined
are going
route,
to help
but it
these
can
little bots
safely
hit a
and
home run in
efficiently
6
navigate
markets we are
around
launching
pets,
here today.
pedestrians, and
So,
anything else in its
what is
path.
Amazon Scout?
Today,
This
Amazon
device
is launching
an
these
autonomous,
4 beta
ground-based
test
drone
delivery
that
bots in
rolls through
Manhattan,
communities at a
Washington,
walking
D.C.,
pace to deliver
Philadelphia,
goods ordered
and
from
New
Amazon.com.
Orleans. This project has been a
device is
meaningful
designed to follow
experience
a
to the learners who
predetermined route, but it
troubleshoot
can
everything
safely
from
and
mathematics
efficiently
behind city,
navigate
behind
around
city
pets,
routes
pedestrians,
to
and
managing
anything
the
else.
entire
What is
project
Amazon Scout?
to
Today,
programming the
this
units
Amazon is
themselves
launching
to
these
best
4
serving the
beta test
markets in
delivery
which
bots
we are
in
launching.
Manhattan,
There was
Washington,
frustration
D.C.,
and failure,
Philadelphia,
but
and New
also
Orleans.
breakthroughs and triumph.
This project has
realized
been
from the
meaningful
hard work
experience
and
to the learners
dedication
who
of our
troubleshoot
New Tech
everything
learners.
from mathematics
That's
to
exactly
beyond
how we
city,
innovate
behind
here
city
at Amazon.
pedestrians, to
We
managing
say
the entire
we're
project,
stubborn
to
on vision
programming the
and
units
flexible on
themselves,
details.
to best
If you're
serving
not
the markets
stubborn,
in which we
you'll
are
give up on experiments
There was
too soon.
frustration
And if you're not
and
flexible,
failure, but
you'll
also
pound your head
breakthroughs
against the
and
wall
triumphs.
and you won't see a different
Realized
solution
from
to
the
a
hard
problem
work
that
and
you're trying to
dedication
solve.
of our New Tech
As I
learners
once
from
said,
mathematics
what
to
we need to
exactly how
do
we
is
innovate
always
here at
lean
Amazon.
into the
To
future.
manage
When the
we're
world
stubborn
changes
on
around you
vision
and when it
and
changes
flexible on
against you,
details.
what
If you're
used to
not
be a
stubborn,
tailwind is
you'll
now a
give up
headwind.
on experiments
And you have
too
to
soon.
lean
And if
into
you're not
that and
flexible,
figure out
you'll
what to
pound
do
your head against
because
the wall, and you
complaining
won't see a
isn't a
different solution
strategy.
to a problem that you're trying to solve.
New Tech High at Capel
I
has
once said,
proven that it
what
is a
we need to
great
do
place
is
for
always
entrepreneurial
lean into the
creativity
future. When
and
the world
innovation.
changes around you, and
Please
when it changes
join me
against
in
you,
congratulating
what
everyone
used
at
to be
New
a
Tech
tailwind
High
is
at
now a
Capel
headwind.
in this
And you have to
innovative
lean
and
into
collaborative
that
work
and
of
figure out
Amazon
what to do
Scout.
because
Enjoy the
complaining isn't a
demonstrations
strategy.
and welcome to the
New
future
Tech
of
High at
package
Capel has
delivery.
proven
That it
what
is a
we need to
great
do
place
is
for
always
entrepreneurs.
All right. Now, please rise for the playing of the national anthem, programmed by Niket Seth. All right, it's time to cut the ribbon to kick off the 2021 Scout Showcase. Mr. Smith, could you please come down to cut the ribbon?
All right, here we go.
Let the 2021 Amazon Scout Showcase begin. Learners, please remember to exit the gym through the outside door, and good luck. The 2021 Amazon Scout Showcase begin. Learners, please remember to exit the gym through the outside door, and good luck. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... Thank you for tuning in. We'll get started with our next session in 5 minutes. We'll get started with our... We'll get started with our next session in 1 minute. Before we start this demonstration, I want to make everyone aware of the First Tech Challenge fundraiser located in the back of the gym. For just $1, you can drive the robot for a full minute. The proceeds from the fundraiser will go towards the First Tech Challenge robotics team. Also, we have a fun interactive game for y'all, so scan the QR code on to my right. And now, please welcome the New Orleans marketing team to the podium.
Hello, I'm Adam Buman, and I'm the marketing lead for my wonderful team here. We'd like to thank you for all coming out here today. I know a lot of people are busy, you might have jobs, or just life is hard, but I really appreciate that you just came out here to listen to some random high schooler speak to you for 5 to 10 minutes about some random school project. So it really means a lot to us. And I really couldn't do this without my group members right here, this right here.
Hi, I'm Gabe Conley, and I took the lead in design for the Scout project.
And this is
James. I took the lead in explaining what Amazon Scout is and what our target markets were.
And we're just all really happy to speak to you today.
Okay. So first of all, with an introduction to Amazon Scout. Amazon Scout is a project that has invented a small autonomous vehicle that's able to deliver packages to homes. With its small size, it does not need roads, or it can deliver down alleyways and around large obstacles and get your product to you faster. It also prioritizes one customer at a time, meaning instead of having to wait for one of our trucks to finish delivering to somebody else, it can come straight to you without delay. This makes delivery times significantly faster and will easily make the job easier for our drivers, and will also improve customer satisfaction.
So, why exactly New Orleans? So just picture this, just a bustling street full of people walking down the road during Mardi Gras with their masks and their booze and whatever they're doing, just having fun. But wait, the package delivery service can't get anywhere because there's so many people on the roads. Well, we have the perfect fix for you, believe it or not, okay? So we have these little robots called the Amazon Scout, and they're programmed to go on roads to deliver packages to people's houses. And New Orleans is a wonderful place for this because it's pretty compact for a small area full of lots of people. The roads are pretty busy, traffic's high, you know, people are just kind of everywhere. And so with these robots, we can get packages to people safely, quickly, and effectively, so people are just satisfied with Amazon's service. People are worried about COVID. Well, Amazon Scout's a robot. You know, it's not going to hold a disease for you. It's not going to make you sick by knocking on your door if you open it for them. Also, if you think about it, although New Orleans has a high theft rate, the Amazon Scout has some security measures in it. So from what we can tell, it's going to be fine. So you can rest at ease with your little package and a little robot that drives to your house. You know, and why New Orleans? You know, there's a lot of reasons. One, you know, people want to go to New Orleans. You know, it's a heavy foot traffic place. There's a lot of people there, a lot of people to order packages. You know, for whatever reason, people really like to go party. And so why not party Mardi Gras in New Orleans? There's a lot of people to order packages. Also, the nice thing about Amazon Scout is with such high foot traffic, you can kind of order it to where you want to order it. With so many people kind of all over the place, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, it doesn't matter what you have going on. You can pay an extra small fee to get a little robot to come to your house whenever you want. It's faster than some mail guy coming in 2 days late, and you get what you want when you need it. And this is really important when you look at the price demographic of how much people make a year. You start to get an idea that a lot of them are probably busy with jobs because in order to support their family, they have to work hard. And if they have kids, if they live alone, if they suddenly realize that they're missing something for dinner, they can just order when they want and it'll come in quickly to their house instead of waiting 2 days for random ingredients. So also, with city foot traffic and all the lights and stuff, it does make it really hard for trucks to move through, and so it kind of just does fix the problem. Also, we have cameras on the actual robots, so we can keep track of where they are at any time. So if customers have any problems with theft, like I mentioned earlier, we can get what we want to them as soon as possible. And because of the availability to people's constant and specific needs, I truly believe that New Orleans is a perfect place for the Amazon Scout because it can fulfill everything that people want. Thank you.
When addressing New Orleans, we wanted to look at the 4 P's of marketing, which include product, place, promotion, and price. We first looked into New Orleans and its overall statistics. New Orleans is a generally small city with small roads and close buildings. There is a lot of foot traffic. New Orleans has a 65% crime rate in 2019 alone. There are 4,800 total crimes connected to theft and robbery. This does pose as a big problem for our business. But we can overcome this by driving more residential roads and by the built-in security systems that the Amazon Scout has. For the pricing, different items ordered will come in different fees. This is due to the changing variables such as weight, size, distance, and making delivering packages more difficult and expensive. We'll try to match pricing with our competitors such as UPS, USPS, and FedEx, and several others. Promotion can come easy when you're a billion-dollar corporation. Amazon's popularity and budget can help bring out the best for our Scouts promotional campaign. They can do all sorts of things from commercials to websites, and even posting on social media or putting posters and flyers around the town. This also helps with New Orleans being such a high foot traffic area, meaning more people will see physical advertising around town. As for its product, well, it sells itself, being an advanced robot that delivers packages safely and quickly, making customers very intrigued. People will be interested in the idea of a robot delivering a package. Others, that it's a faster and more convenient for them, and others because it's more eco-friendly, and some driving a diesel truck to their house. It's more efficient to make life easier for everyone and orders through it. Some people will even find themselves trusting a robot more with their package than a human. With the 4 Ps out of the way, let's move on to our target markets.
As you can see, our target market is mainly African American citizens because they outnumber the white citizens pretty significantly. So therefore, they're going to have more buying, more buying than the normal white citizens. And so they'll either be single, married, or have one or more children. And we chose these two demographic groups because one, the two most predominant races of people found in New Orleans, and two, because their average salary is around 50 grand a year, and we could get the most people to buy products in this range. It's also because with this salary, parents can be assured that they're busy working and they'll be willing to pay extra for faster and consistent delivery times. We also choose people who are single or with few kids because they will be willing to spend more on entertainment and more expensive products for themselves and for their only child.
So the design of the Scout, we really wanted to look at what makes New Orleans, New Orleans. And one of the biggest events throughout the year is Mardi Gras. With other major festive events, they're very popular and famous in New Orleans. We wanted to take the idea of bringing the culture of New Orleans into this simple robot to deliver your packages. The green and purple on the design mostly resemble the common colors of Mardi Gras, and a Mardi Gras mask, and just the overall color scheme of the whole festival and the event.
So I understand that it's probably been a while, and half of the stuff we've said, you're probably like, wait, what did they say? So I'm going to close it up real quickly, and so I'm going to just like to thank you once again for coming out here, and of course, as always, for business people, we got to seal the deal. So all of these amazing things that you listened to us speak for like 5 to 10 minutes, I don't really know how long it's been, but all of these amazing things that we've spoke about can truly be accomplished in your community. From just delivering and bringing packages to people, it can bring in new companies because you can deliver more stuff, so companies are like, oh, maybe I should move here because we can get more out to people. To just supporting and bettering the lives of the people in the community, just making life easier for them. And so I think that y'all would really like that in your community, just to really improve it. And I believe Scout is a perfect, little invention that'll help improve not only lives of the community itself, but possibly even the world, because it's pretty revolutionary. And so you're probably wondering, how can we get this in our community? Well, the way you get this in your community is to join Team Scout. And it's that simple. Thank you.
Y'all did a great job with your marketing of New Orleans. Do the judges have any questions? Guys, come back.
Okay, so you were talking about Mardi Gras, and you were talking about the fact that the Scouts could go around. Have you considered targeting the tourists and having the Scout actually deliver to people on the street? Is that possible? You spoke about it delivering to houses, and is this more for the residents of New Orleans, or would it be for all those tourists who are down with the booze and the party on Bourbon Street, as you alluded to?
So, one, I'm glad you listened. But two, so when we talk about they can deliver to specific locations, we think it might be possible to deliver to individual people. The only problem is it gets kind of like chaotic when there's that many people in the streets. But I did talk about how you can kind of order to specific locations. So I do believe it is entirely possible to say, your Amazon account's this, and I'm going to order to this restaurant that I'm waiting at. I think it is completely possible. And I do believe that it is heavily targeted towards tourists, because if you're visiting a town and you need something to have fun, you can order and it can deliver it to you. And so I think they're definitely wanting to get to those tourists.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I really enjoyed it. So you alluded to something about New Orleans having a high crime rate, and you talked about the security of the Scout robot. What do those security systems look like, and how can you reassure the citizens of New
So Amazon Scout, as I mentioned, has a camera, so we're able to monitor what's going around. So we can pick up like facial ID, we can pick up all these things just by looking at the people. You know, although we might not have technology that's like, oh, this face is this person, we have an idea of what's going on and we can help the people out with what's needed. It also has locks and stuff on the robot, so it becomes exceptionally difficult to actually like break into the Scout. And from what I can tell, there's alarms, so it'll be pretty loud when people try to break into it, so others will know what's going on. And Amazon being a billion-dollar corporation, I'm pretty sure they can also reinsure their customers that they can give them a $20 purchase, you know, back as another robot.
With the crime rate in New Orleans, you can't really guarantee anything, but with the Amazon Scout having locks and it comes straight up to your door, it is incapable of dropping off your package without you being there. So it's more safe for the package to be inside the Amazon Scout than for it to be dropped off at your house where you may not be there. And crime rate being so high, someone could obviously take it from your door, and that is a prevalent problem with Amazon packages now and how they're delivered.
A robot is also think of fear, so it's not going to be able to feel threatened from like a hold-up or whatever as a normal delivery driver would be able to.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I just had a question about on this first prototype of your Scout, are there any limitations to the types of products that you can deliver? Like weight limitations or size or?
So because the robot isn't as big as a truck, obviously, there's definitely certain limitations. Like the robot itself isn't really meant to bring you your flat screen TV that you ordered for Black Friday. So, but I think from what most people would expect to order from a robot, I'm pretty sure that's what you can order. And the size, its trunk isn't super huge, but it can fit most things. So I think if you have enough common sense not to order some giant, like 1,000-pound metal object, I think you'll get your order just fine.
Awesome, thank you.
One more. All right, so actually, here it will give you the dimensions of the Amazon Scout robot. And yeah.
All right, great job, y'all. We're gonna move on to the programming side of Scout. So the programming learners, if y'all wanna come down here and start setting up, that'd be great. So Isabel, do you think the Scout's gonna work?
Well, it depends. How well did our programmers work on this project?
I've seen them work pretty hard, but let's see how successful they are. Will the first group for geometry come down here? We're gonna have a little interview.
All right, so what did you guys learn from? All right, what did you guys learn from a math perspective while working on this project?
So from a math perspective, we learned different types of angles relationships, so like vertical angles, alternate interior angles, stuff like that.
Also, during the project, we had to figure out how to make it the buildings proportional to the actual map, even though most of us have never actually even seen the map.
So So last night, there were a ton of groups working on their project last minute and painting it. Were there any challenges or like setbacks y'all faced?
So personally for me, a few setbacks I had was trying to figure out the correct size and where exactly to put it on the map, but I feel like Ahmad had a little bit more of a setback.
Because I also had coding for Scout, when I got there were no paint for anything. So at the end, I had to start using cardboard and paper to try to color it in to make it actually look like the actual building.
All right, so you mentioned using cardboard, paint, paper, and paint. Were there any other materials you used to create all these buildings?
I also used hot glue and tape to help put the buildings together, but that's basically what it is made out of, so yeah.
Also, I think a big part is Sharpie, because I think everyone used it for like doors and windows.
Awesome.
Great job programming students on y'all route. We had a little mix up in the end, but overall, great job. All right, let's have, oh, we have a question. Oh, okay. Yes, that was team 1. All right, do we have team 2 for New Orleans? Y'all come. That's a tight fit, and and it stopped, and it's going around. Is it going to be successful?
Looks like it's making it pretty far.
It's made its delivery. And slow-mo. We are going into the Mississippi River.
That would be a train track right there.
Imagine packages in the sea.
That's not a good look.
All right, so now we have team 2 of the geometry students. So what was y'all's experience like?
Overall, our experience was pretty good. Making the maps and just learning about the different angles and the different angle correlation between the different buildings was really interesting. At the end, there was a lot of a time crunch with building the models, but overall, it was a pretty fun experience.
Awesome. All right.
I enjoyed building the buildings. I had a lot of fun with that, making it look like the real life models. It was a bit stressful at the end with the time, but I overall had a great time.
Learning to use Illustrator for making the maps especially was a bit of a challenge at first because I just have never used it, right? So we had to learn how to use different programs, which I think is helpful, especially in the long run, and it was definitely a learning experience.
Awesome. All right. So you mentioned using Illustrator. Any other apps that you learned or were new to when doing this project?
Yes. So to create the map, we used an app called GeoGebra, where we just you created all the lines and all the different points on the map using GeoGebra, and then we imported it into Adobe Illustrator and created the different dots, the black lines, the white background, and just modeled out the entire city or the entire French Quarter of New Orleans.
All right, time to ask the biggest question. Which landmarks are yours?
If you want to take responsibility for them.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So overall, we have, so the 2 landmarks that we have that we're delivering to are the Maison Dupuy and the St. Louis Cemetery, which, number 1, sorry. There's multiple. But that would be the pink and black one with the hole in the top on that, and the St. Louis Cemetery right there, which is which would be an alternate exterior angle. So, and all the buildings in that section would be ours. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Great job. So you were telling me about alternate interior angles. Do you want to tell me what that is real quick?
Oh yeah. So it was alternate exterior, but yeah, same thing, basically. But alternate exterior is basically just the angle correspondence of the two buildings. So as you can see with the Mason Dupuy and the St. Louis Cemetery, they have, since the two roads act as kind of like the angle separators. So since they're on opposite sides and outside of the basically parallel lines, then there are alternate exterior. So a lot of the other buildings correspond that way, like some are alternate interior, they're corresponding, just different kinds of angle pairings. So.
We should have one of each angle pair for the landmarks, although the buildings might not be built for it, but you can see the little icons on the map.
All right, great job. Team 3, y'all want to come? All right, Team 3, you have a piece of paper. You want to show us what's that about?
So this is our different types of landmarks that we chose, and there are different type of angle pairs, like Team 2 said, and we chose one pair of each different angle pair. So yeah.
And for example, Cafe Du Monde and Irene's are also an alternate exterior, and those are the two that Scout will be delivering to. And we have one of each angle represented within our landmarks, so you can kind of see that across that section of the map.
Awesome.
All right, so do you want to tell us about your 3D buildings, the hardships you had, the good things that happened?
All right. So I was actually a part of 2 courses. So I was in computer science and I was in geometry. It was kind of a hardship because I was kind of helping my group mates, but I also had to work on my other projects as well. So I had really hard time making like the different types of proportions and stuff like that.
So things were going really well at the beginning when we were building our buildings, but then the printer conveniently broke, so we had to keep running back and forth between Mr. Ruiz's room and Miss Hunter's room to try to get all of our prints so we could have our buildings looking as best as possible. So that was another struggle we faced.
All right, do we have any questions from our judges? This is Team 3. It's the brick buildings, right? Yes. Yes, it's the brick buildings. Okay. Great job, y'all.
All right, thank you so much. You're good to go.
All right, Team 4, would you like to come on down?
All right, welcome. Would you like to start by pointing out to us where your buildings are?
Our 2 main buildings were the Theory House and La Larry Haunted House. It's the one kind of right in the back over there. You can kind of see the icon a little bit right there where he's pointing, correct? And then the one right next to it to the left.
Yeah, the square with the rectangle on top. Yeah.
Very nice. All right.
All right. So last night I was here till, let's say 7 p.m. And one of your group mates was here till pretty late. So, how was y'all's group's collaboration?
Our group's collaboration was mostly good. We liked it, but in the end, they had work, so like I just took the responsibility of building the stuff. It was a hardship because time was of the essence. We could not find enough time. It was chaos at the end.
We didn't really have a whole lot of time at the end to create the building, so we had to make a total of 12 buildings in the matter of only 2 days. But we all worked together hard and we got it done, so I'm happy with how it came out. It looks good.
I had work right after school. I stayed as late as I could.
All right. Sounds like there was some interesting collaboration you had to work around. Other than that, were there any extra hardships that you faced?
Besides the time constraints, I wouldn't really think so. I think we all worked really, really well with the GeoGebra factor and the illustrative factor. We all worked really hard with that together. We collaborated well, and we got it done really efficiently, I believe.
Running out of hot glue sticks? That was a struggle.
Was there a shortage of hot glue sticks across the board? Yes. All right.
All right, guys. Overall, great job. Looks great.
Thank you very much.
Do
we have a question. Maybe if you had the Amazon Scout, they could have gotten here faster. The power of Amazon Scout.
With the power of Amazon Scout, we will then be able to do that in the future if we need to. See? It all comes together. It works
This is your
perfectly.
lesson, guys. You get glue sticks.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
All right, audience. Yes, this is my people. Drop it. Oh, we have to go around. All right, audience. So do y'all have any questions about Scout, or I know there's some parents around here. Want to talk about your students' performance? Yes, no, maybe.
How do you guys think your kids did? You like the buildings? Yes? We like them? Awesome. How many of you had to stay up late with your kid while they suffered making these? Yeah. Very nice, very nice. That's awesome.
So what do you think? Do you think these students succeeded with their robot? Do you think that the landmarks looks like New Orleans? Yeah? Yeah, I think they do too. Great job, y'all. Phenomenal job. All right, I think we have one more group, geometry group, that has to go. No? We're done? All right then. That's a wrap for New Orleans. Thank you, Mr. Smith and Ms. Shake, for your support, and thank you, parents, for coming out today and supporting your kids.
And thank you, judges, for taking your time to help out with this.
Students, make sure to exit through the back door.
We will see everyone at 12:40 for the next session.